Okay, and they change it up every time too. You know, we get that. Maybe you mentioned how they're going to be playing the Penny Parker. Here it is.
Yeah, and he is going to be chosen here. He's going to have that team up with Rocket as well. And here we go up on the high side. You're likely using that jump. You see Magneto. Haven't seen that start at all. Not yet. And down goes Magneto. Sizzle going to drop back to the team. Patience there on those crystals. That domain is an incredibly long but smart cooldown, and it's necessary. It counters virtually everything. Biblical onto Dingo again with a nice pick. The res no longer going to be there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the thing, even with the changes where he can now, you know, fly.
Burner going to find reverse here, and they do completely sweep. But at this point, it's about getting your footing and dropping back behind point and biding some time, because now there's a ton of damage out. Ult goes down. Burner Pyro gets picked in the sky. Veronix to holding on. Sizzle as well. Shifty. But yeah, that's going to be a full. But the res is up. Okay, so Burner right back into the mix. Nothing's really changed yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious how this goes out. I mean, usually honestly, for as good as Hulk is, it's tough to play him against a lot of these high damaging crew.
He's gonna find a pick on the Dingo again. Yeah, that was clean. That was clean.
That was insane. But yeah, they're still holding on here in Chib. I mean, they have the Hulk as well. So, you know, even though they're sort of bringing themselves back into this fight, and like you said with that Storm ultimate, I mean, they're able to find elims. But man, it's actually, this defense has been such a nuisance. They're playing Triple Vanguard so well, and you talked about that earlier, how being good at this comp can result in fight wins, even against theoretical, you know.
D was going to touch there. Unfortunately, gets absolutely just like waxed by raw damage there from Turkish Ninja, who is now, they're all walking forward, using this aggro, this aggression. One down, make it two down, as Turkish Ninja finds Shifty now. LG is going to find Veronix, and they are keeping this up. Dill Ducks looking far more confident now, and just forcing the stagger through. Turkish Ninja ready to launch that Galactic Legend. They have got this down. Will this get value? This, ooh, the rotation is a little bit too early, not able to iframe it. Likely off the map unless the fly comes through. We'll see.
Yeah, he does fly. He takes himself
oh my goodness.
Out too. No. That might have been one of the most sad jet plays we've seen, dude. Oh no.
Yeah, that's brutal right there. I mean, you do have someone that can fly and dodge roll in your hand. You got to jump off with that. I think they tried. Unfortunately, just didn't have the time likely, and forced off play here. Is going to take a quick nap. They'll see him in a minute. There's that dodge roll, getting some extra HP, spin to win, and bang, down goes Veronix. Turkish with a quadra, looking very clean, and now has that damage and movement speed boost, depending on what Storm wants in that moment. Galactic Legend could be huge here.
Yeah, it really could be. And I'm not going to lie, I actually kind of liked MRT playing Triple Vanguard throughout the whole map instead of this Triple Shredded stuff. It's just not panning out. We'll see what happens. Dingo really needs to go big with his ultimate after Green's gone.
Yeah, you know, without the communication, I would have been a little shook when I heard that, but just build a little bit differently. Sizzle falls two. Biblical gets one. SGCY gets Puppy again. And at this point, it might be worth switching off the Jet Burner. Gonna find Turkish. Bang! Again with a big meteor to hold on. And Hashira says it's not over yet. Frozen up, out goes the dance floor. We will see everybody kind of trying to get here with 5 seconds on the clock.
I mean, they're still trying. Turkish also swaps to that Doctor Strange. Hurricane comes out. Can they even outlive this, right? It's trying to just delete everybody.
Pretty even right now. Sizzle with a two-piece. Make that almost three. Well done on the defense. Could this shut them down before point three, making this a winnable game? It does.
Wow. I mean, honestly, how they play this stall is phenomenal. I mean, I kind of trashed on a little bit, and not many teams have the the talent in terms of everybody to play that, because usually you run 2-2-2. You have two Vanguard players, two Strategists, and two Duelists, and then you make, like, for example, Turkish in this case flex off the Duelist. But they made it pretty damn far despite all things, and I think that comp Triple Duelist at least is kind of underrated just in general.
Touche. I mean, and that's going to develop as we get more heroes too, right? Like, that could very much be the case more, canonically, as you were saying, if, they do add some heroes that make that more.
Can they get a limb through this with the Phoenix Ult? No, they cannot.
Good idea. Unfortunately, did not work out there. Image boost only bringing folks about halfway. Pumpy going to find Biblical. Ayavagamoto could be huge here. It is, and they do get some serious value out of it with that damage boost. Two more go down. Phoenix holding on, but maybe not for long. Potentially walling off the healing. The double dance floor still is happening. Reverse. Back out there with the Luna, showcasing how strong Luna can be. And there is the copy back. Sizzle going to find Shugu. And again, that is good for Hashira, as they are all spawning back and using that momentum to walk. Born again we go from Biblical, and here comes Shugu again, still kind of holding on. Meteor M up, winning these crystals immediately. Shugu gonna find Pumpy, and at this point they're gonna be able to walk right out as another pick happens, and Hashira's gonna be back at the spawn door with a minute left.
I mean, I think how Sizzle on the other side was playing, he just assumed that he was playing against triple Vanguard again. Because he was just playing so aggressive, just didn't think there was any, threat, any KO potential. And just kind of walked into biblical shots. Same thing with Turkish, right? So Dilduck switching up their composition at the right time, and adaptation needed to come through from MRT. Now they're playing onto the thing as their switch up. We'll see if this pans out for them.
Okay, and we do have ults up. Dilduck's heavily in ult advantage. Big Eye of Agamotto from downtown up in the moon lands. We are going to see that melee cancel here. Shugu is going to wait for that damage boost. Here it comes. Will it find value? No. Once again, great separation there by Dilduck to not allow that to get some voodoo with two there. Turkish and Legacy are going to clean up. Biblical's going to find one too, and that's going to shove him right back to the spawn door. 2 minutes on though. But yeah, this is a very different story than what we saw when Dilducks were attacking. They walked through this early take here, which is, I would argue, this is a very defensible position here, because it does kind of force them through some very tight chokes. They forced right through that when they walked in, and now at this point they're going to be held, and this could give them some serious time needed to win this.
Yeah, absolutely. Sugu's now over the high ground, and oh no, Pumpy goes down.
Ready, they've got Shifty ready, and here comes the copy, but will it work out? No, it does get stopped at the moment, or at least didn't commit. On the top left of the screen, we see Storm coming in with a Hurricane. Veranic's gonna find Turkish early on in this fight. They're still kind of making this happen. Ton of damage out. The rotation of the map completely reversed here as Hashira still walking this. The rest of the team behind falls. Pumpy on a biblical. Yuki falls. Reverse goes down. Puppy here on the Storm.
Duelist in the future. I think it's definitely triple strategist, triple duelist, and triple Vanguard, by the way. In case we're just trying to bait that out to make sure they got the Namor Hulk team up, which is kind of cool. It's coming out necessarily from MRT necessarily just yet. They lost Burner as well, but they actually commit the copy.
Yeah, I mean, that was a brutal dive. Well done by Turkish Ninja, who almost gets a two-piece there, and that early ult display still battling this point right now. And here comes the whale. Is it boosted? It does.
Pointing fingers. Like, who is the reason this fight has lasted this long? Is it this Loki? Is it that Loki? Poppy comes out. The fight, Shiv, I hate to say it, this might last another 20 more minutes.
This may be the longest stall on point we have seen in any tournament. I know there was one point that there was a stall when it was at 100%, but nobody's gotten the point yet. Are you kidding me? This is disgusting. Legacy goes up. Crystals get popped. Bang! Goodbye, pump. That's another shot there from Legacy.
They're like, where's the bloodshed, guys? Can we just get some KOs here? Like, we're watching a bunch of nothing. I mean, this point hasn't flipped it. I love it personally, but I'm sure those two warriors who have been through many battles finally get to see the end of this. And that might be, like you said, Shiv, that if it was 100-0'd, that would have been quicker than the fight we just watched, I think. That's great.
That may have been the longest back and forth I have ever committing to holding those ultimates. Turkish might make it back here by the time Reverse is even done with this dance floor. So good decision. I'm not sure that's going to find much. What? I lied. Psycholitis. Yuki goes down. Legacy going to take out Ver as well. Numbers once again even out as Hulk's now back in the fight. The spin to win. The Beyblade. A ton of damage goes out with that melee cancel. And again, Hulk falls. And there's that tackle trying to off into the Magneto, who's still stalling. 70% on. Will not be enough. Dilduck's at 99. Can they stop this? The portal will not be here. It's all about if the Venom from Puppy can maintain positioning, but at very low HP, and they will pay for it. That should do it. Dilducks to take home point one.
Yeah, and he also committed reverse ultimate. I think that Hulk also uses ult in that case. I wonder if he's going to switch on the next.
He got the win there. Probably just tired of how long that stall could have happened and just wanted to ensure it ended. As we see an off angle here from Turkish again, looking towards the back line. The whole team going to be taking that high side on the left. A very strong position. And honestly, not a lot of teams, start off there, at least not in ladder.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely a smart place to go. And yeah, there you go, Chip. Immediately rewarded with their position that you mentioned.
Yeah, that was a good shot there by Sizzle right on the back line. Early pick on a Biblical, who's actually playing that Phoenix again with a nice start there. Pick one of the same hero, Sizzle, actually using. It almost seemed like the fly there to reload animation cancel. I'm not sure if that's what I saw, but interesting strategy as Hulk immediately going into Savage. Gonna find one. A great position here from Shugu, who gets two. Do I see more? On Dingo now. A ton of damage goes out. Dingo very low. Make that three as Biblical cleans up Sizzle. Legacy onto Dingo, and they will get the point. Only 54% there for Hashira. That's a pretty good retake.
Yeah, pretty good retake indeed. Biblical comes in with the song. Turkish kind of goes in, throws his body on the line for the team, and gets traded out. But the amount of damage Biblical's been doing alongside that flank from Shugu, like you said, and oh my god, he does it again. I mean, Pumpy's gonna go down early on. That's absolutely brutal after they use greens too. So No cooldowns. Turkish pops the ultimate as well on the inside. And that he has to just go off the map, just run away from the team as the stagger. Now they know they're in a 5v6. They want to go aggressive, take advantage of the situation they're in. They need to use ults. MRT does to kind of come back into it. And there's the fate of the world to make sure they don't lose anybody. But it's a 5 versus 6, like you mentioned earlier, Shiv. And here comes the song. Does that have the follow-up?
Oh my goodness. Sizzle with a two-piece burner, gonna clean another. Shugu now gonna find one for the side of Dildux, but will that be enough? Can they hold on and grab this point? Hashira with a great retake now, gonna dive onto Luna. Dingo gonna get one. Turkish is gonna get one as well. Dingo another. Veronix cleans that up onto Legacy. Goodbye, Turkish, and yes, Hashira retake this point. These teams are insane. They're so well matched.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, MRT to come back into that fight, knowing that, you know, they lost one, but you still have to win.
Man.
To live. Rest in peace, Pumpy, who had the ult, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, that is such a good combination. We saw that a lot in the MRI. So, yeah, just a little bit today. Honestly, not as much as I would think of that combination. It's more so the damage boost through is all they're looking for. Good shot there by Burner. Is going to find Shugu again. And Hashira now are trying to maintain this point. What a game we have here. Good bubble once more. Trying to take the off angle. Turkish going to find a pick on a Burner now as Bruce putting in some work, is going to Hulk out. Doing a good job staying on that dance floor, biding some time out with the shields. Lands right in the center of it. Still stays healthy, though. Good job with the dance floor once more. The fate of both worlds onto the back line now. Great crystal timing. Way to be very patient and ensure you get the most value out of it. This Turkish Ninja is just going to try to clean up. Now, Hashira, 24% on to roughly 50 from Dildux. The entirety of the team now pressing it. I like these Hulk battles a lot. Sure, a lot of Hulk mains are getting some enjoyment out of this right now. It takes a lot of skill, but they're just jumping 24/7, and that's what you should be doing. If you're playing Hulk, you better be holding that space button all the time and getting ready to jump consistently just to kind of throw eyes all over the place. Dingo was right about to turn into Savage, but does get dropped, and right about at even percentage, what do you know? Dildux now takes the point. And Veronix now, though, and that's a win for the side of Dildux. Pumpy turns it right back, though, as Shugu goes down now. Who is going to come out on top? Dildux losing the point now as Hashira are maintaining control. Can they keep this up, or will Dildux end this and take home the W?
I mean, you see something out of these duelists, right? Both sides. Specifically, I think Dildux's duelists have taken advantage of MRT's duelists on the right side. He does it again. Biblical takes down Pumpy, and right now, just so much damage. Biblical comes in with
1-1. We go to map 3, Dildux and Hashira.
Oh. But like we all talk about at the end of the day, ban. And now they just gonna walk in. Oh no, Burner's already gone.
Yeah, good shots there early by Biblical to find one pick. Remember, though, still 34% on. It's not as much. You know, you pretty much want to stop them before 70 percentage. Does guarantee 3 fights. Up in the sky we go. Venom going to try to find some value. Jeff coming in here from Pumpy. Will this work out? Trying to get to that off map. Oh, walled out. Still escaping. Not a lot of time on the clock here left. Is going to have to throw. Trying to make a play. Still not able to get that pick onto Shifty. As Shifty escapes, Jeff going to find a little bit of value. Dingo goes down there from Biblical. Biblical with a nice pick once more. Out goes the Galactic Legend. 2 fall. I can't believe Shifty escaped there from Turkish and manages to get the pick. That is wild. Not sure how that worked out. Veronix going to find Reverse and Biblical. Makes that 3 as Legacy falls to Hashira. Back on the point. 90%. And it's all about, can they get this touch now?
Yeah, I mean, this...
He slept on. At least we haven't seen a lot of it on the pro tournament, but 25% damage boost in those Loki crystals is wild to me. I mean, there's a lot of damage potential out of that combination. So, Hashira really taking advantage of that right now. Obviously, no group right now. They were considering running group just based on what they were showing throughout the maps, but Shifty going to put some damage out. Out go those crystals like we're talking about. Going to make sure Mantis is a little bit more of a threat while trying to stay healthy. We've got Dingo on the high side here with Venom directly on Loki, who is going to pull out those crystals once more and maintains the space. That regen domain is disgusting. Sicily now onto Biblical, and the fight is up here for Hashira. Reverse gonna find Burner though. Dingo onto Legacy, and every single fight has been back and forth as Veronix now drops Turkish, and they're still battling on the point. Sicily gonna find Reverse, and that should be enough here. Find out shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is. The cleanup now comes through. Dildux back to the spawn. They take the point in MRT. I mean, it's just relentless pressure every single fight. Dingo goes in for the dive, gets the damage booster, gets healing from Shifty, and then the follow-up damage is always there. It seems like Shifty and them, they don't even really care about their own lives. They're just making sure they can finally eliminate one of the duelists or strategists on Dildux's side. And now Dildux swapped over to the traditional 2-2-2 composition. Maybe with Sugu onto that Wolverine, it could pan out for them, but regardless, I mean, there's gonna be so much damage coming in. Stun out, at least from the Venom will get it canceled, but it doesn't matter. Reverse still falls, and now they just a little bit too late. Biblical trades it back, but is it enough here, Shib? We'll find out.
Yeah, they need to make something happen now. Yuki is going to pull out the dance floor damage. Who's Veranex doing this? Ow! I think that might do it here for Dildux. Venom going to try to stall. Turkish goes down without too much work. Dingo going to make that happen there with the Feast of the Abyss. Reverse going to try to apply some pressure here on Dildux just to try to get there to touch the point, but I'm not sure it can even happen. It does not.
Wow.
Like it was something they're clearly confident with. You know, running those two doms back to back maybe